Ah, hello. Wow. Hi, everybody. We already have a lot of people here. I specified this was a tier list stream. Excuse me? I specified that in my schedule. Hello. Ah, welcome. I've specified that I was doing a tier list for a while. Alright. We might change the music up a little bit, do something like, please have mercy on me. No, you're fine. I did, like, that idea came from Mocha calling the stream Tears of the Kingdom. Like, that was a whole play on words. And honestly, I was kind of hoping someone would think I was actually playing the game. So thank you for being the person to fall for it. I think I checked the schedule. I just sit here and wait for my page to update. Fair enough. But yeah. Also, give me a second. I had to grab a drink real quick. Yo! Madara! Thank you for the resubscription. Thank you for subscribing for 8 months. Heck yeah. Yeah, we love to see it. You love to see it. Alright, okay, so preface this. This is my opinion on the games, my honest opinion, and also we're not gonna just be talking about the tier list. I'll be talking about everything, like just kind of what the Zelda series has done for me personally, and everything, and just kind of talk about my experiences with a lot of these games. That starting off, let's go ahead and start off. I have all the games here, so we're gonna go ahead and do this real quick. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Ooh, I like this song. And we're gonna go ahead and put, where is it? I haven't played it myself. Where are you? There you are. I haven't played. I don't know how I feel about the Tingle games. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it shouldn't exist. Alright. And I have 2 tier lists, by the way. I have 2 tier lists I'm doing today, which I'll be doing the games and I'll be doing characters. And if you want me to do a third one on, like, say, specifically Link's or specifically Zelda's or something like that, let me know, and we'll try to put a third one in. But anyways, let's get started, I guess. I've never done a stream like this before, so this is going to be really, really interesting.
My favorite Zelda game is the one with Link in it.
Thank you, yes, Lexi. Like, they're all good games. And I'll also preface this, I like just about every game in the series, right? I like just about every game in the series, and I just have my opinions on some are better, some are, like, could be a little bit better. So we'll just do this in chronological order. We'll start with, the original Zelda, right? The original Zelda, the one that started it all. I think I'm gonna put an FD. No. The original Zelda, I would have to say, I would honestly put in an honest C. I didn't, obviously, it was not my first game in the series. I had to go back and play a lot of the older Zelda games, before Ocarina of Time. Without a guide, and nowadays without the internet, like, it's really, really tough to play this game because it doesn't really, outside of a few secrets here and there, it doesn't necessarily help you a lot in finding a lot of, you know, things you may need. And honestly, it could do with a proper remake. I think that would be kind of nice. But that being said, it was literally like one of the first games to just be like, you have an quote-unquote open world, and bam, there you go. I've played this game, I've played Zelda 1 maybe 3 times in my life. I've played it quite a few times. And I have fun with it, but it does get annoying with like having to like say like the one room in a dungeon where it's a bunch of dark nuts and everything, and you have to hit him from behind and whatnot. Like I'm just like just stand still, like frick off, like. So there's a lot there's that, and yeah, we're what was I gonna say? Yeah, I enjoy it for what it is, but it's overall it is still a bit flawed. Also, first game to have a save system, pretty freaking cool. You know, you had like Mario right before this game, and it's just like, oh yeah, if you get a game over, you go back to the very beginning, and you have to do it all over again. With Zelda 1, it does put you kind of back at the beginning area, but you keep all your items and everything. You're not necessarily back at square one, quote unquote. Do you need to play the older ones? I recommend it. The older ones are really good. I think. Now, again, they could be better. Zelda 2. I just recently finished this game for the first time. I have played it in the past before, but I've never beaten the game until the stream I had like a week or two ago. I would put that on par with the original Zelda. I do have the Switch Online, so I can. Yeah, definitely go for it. I do not think A Link to the Past is on the Switch, is it? I don't believe it. Is it? I have to... Let me look real quick. Pulling out my new OLED Switch that I'm very happy with. Is CDI on those? You see it right there in the corner, don't you? I immediately went, no, it shouldn't exist. Because I do not care for it. But I want to see if A Link to the Past is on. It is! Okay. Is there something new? Oh yeah, the weird billiards game on the Super Nintendo. I have very old glasses. But yeah, okay, yeah, you could pretty much play all the older Zelda games up to Majora's Mask, so that's pretty good. But yeah, so Zelda 2, weird. Very, actually, you know what, I would put it a little bit lower, if only, because it is just a little more infuriating than the original Zelda. Without save states, like, I probably would have given up on Zelda 2 when I was streaming it, because I was like, there were moments where I'm just like, okay, come on, really? Like, so, like, there is that aspect where it did frustrate me a bit, and I don't know if I'll necessarily ever play it again. But it's another game where you kind of need a guide at this point, like, to properly play the game and whatnot. But I will say I did have fun on that stream, and it was very good to just plow through that game in one go, from start to finish, one go. I think we did a 100% run of the game, I believe. Yeah, I believe we did. So yeah. So, like, that was fun. That aspect was fun. Being able to just kind of plow through the game and get through it. But other than that, I don't have too much to say about the 2 original Zelda games on the NES. I don't really have too much there. I think both of them could go for some good remakes, you know. Which Miyamoto has stated that he wants to remake or he wanted to remake Zelda 2 at one point, so maybe we'll see that again. But yeah, I could definitely see both these games getting a remake at some point. It would be nice. I do like seeing what others' opinions of games are. Yeah, same here. I don't typically watch tier list videos all that much. I have watched a couple here and there. And I just thought, like, you know, as much as I talk about the Zelda series and how much I love it personally, I wanted to give this a shot and see what people see how these types of streams would go. Because if this stream goes very well, if everyone enjoys it, I'll do more of these. Not like often. It'll be like once every few months or so. I'll do a new tier list or something. But yeah, we could definitely do more of these. All right. So up next, A Link to the Past. I'd say A Link to the... That's Four Swords. Music stop. Oh, it's that one. I'm gonna skip this song. Ooh, I actually like this one. Look. Yeah. I like this song. I like to see more in the future. Alright. I would do these, but I feel like I should play the games to see how I feel about them. Yeah, definitely, like, I'd say give every game a shot. That's why I have Four Swords Adventures down and haven't played, because I haven't played it yet. It's like the one Zelda game I haven't played. Oh, by the way, I should also preface, this tier list I have separates remakes, so I will specify remakes. I think the only one on here that doesn't is Skyward Sword. But I think Skyward Sword and Skyward Sword HD, like, will be in the same spot for me anyway. So I will specify whether I'm talking about a remake or not. Alright. Yeah, definitely. So A Link to the Past. I like it. It's okay. I don't think it's an S tier game. And I'm torn, but I'll give it an A tier. I'll put it in A tier. Like, Link to the Past is another one that I had to go back and play. It wasn't but I played it on the Game Boy originally, and I did end up finishing it. I think it does what Zelda 1 did better, where it really just kind of threw you in, but it was like the first game to truly give you direction on where you needed to go. It introduced like a lot of the items that are key to the series now. But I think the story of A Link to the Past is really good, personally. But again, I've only played fully A Link to the Past once, I think. I don't think I've gone back to play it yet. But I definitely want to try someday. I definitely would like to go back and play it on my own time, probably. Also, gave us the most iconic theme of the Master Sword theme. I love when he pulls it out and everything. Like, I love that theme so much. But overall, yeah, Link to the Past. Like, a lot of these earlier games, I'm not gonna have too much to say because I've only played them like a certain number of times. Whereas some of these in this list, I've played numerous times, and I will have multiple opinions on it. Yeah, Link to the. I feel like A Link to the Past was a very good, true start to the series, where like you have two worlds, you have way more dungeons to go through and whatnot. I would like to watch you play it, but I can understand if you want to play it on your own time. If there's demand for it, I'd stream A Link to the Past. I could stream A Link to the Past at some point. I don't know. Sometimes the older games on my channel don't do so hot. But if people want to see more of that, I could definitely do like I've been wanting to do like a retro, like have a select time in a month to do retro games, and The Link to the Past is one I would do. I'd definitely like to do that. I also Link to the Past was the first time I attempted a randomizer as well. I did that like years ago. Actually on stream I did it years ago, if you remember my original debut video that I did. Which I had a lot of fun with that, but I never finished it. I should go back and do that again. I'm trying to think of more to say because I feel like I'm kind of blowing through these early games. I want to have more to say for these. I'm not very good at this, so this is also me trying to like get better at just talking and continuing the conversation on my own. Just kind of be like boom, 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 boom. But yeah, yeah, like there's not much to say about these early games for me personally. I don't feel the nostalgia for them, but I do like them for what they are. But now on to what is my very, very first game I ever played, Ocarina of Time. I have a lot to say about this one. Ocarina of Time, like I said, was the first ever video game I had ever played. It was Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, and Super Mario World. Those were my three first games I ever played, that I remember in my head. And it was what got me into the series in the first place, you know, at all. And it did take me a couple years to beat it, though, because as a 5-year-old kid, as a 5-year-old girl, like, I was bad. I was terrible at video games. But it did take me a couple years to beat that game on my own. I had a guide, too, and everything. Like, I had fun, and just seeing all the wacky characters and whatnot. And it was like as a 5-year-old, that game got dark. With like the beginning of the game starting with the death of the Deku Tree. Spoilers for a 30-year-old game, almost 30-year-old game at this point, almost 30-year-old game. Like it's sorry, I have little burps. But yeah, I know this is kind of I'm gonna put it on A for now. I think I'll put it on A for now because there are flaws with it. Coming back to it, like coming back to the original Ocarina of Time, there's definitely some stuff wrong with it that like can just. That not for me, but I could see for other people kind of be like, oh, all right then, let's get this going, whatever. But I remember one of my first memories of this game was seeing Ganondorf for the first time, and that whole scene after getting all the spiritual stones and going to Hyrule Castle, seeing Impa and Zelda running away. Everything, and just seeing like Ganondorf, you see Ganondorf beforehand, but like seeing him first time on his black horse and just like menacing as all hell, in the music. I remember seeing that as a kid. I'm like, oh, that's a bad man. That's a bad man. And then I didn't understand it at first as a kid, but coming back to it now, I understand. But just how he used Link to get to the Sacred Realm, like that, it's just like one of the best villains in video games is Ganondorf, in my opinion. Just he's cunning, he's powerful, and he's just like he's menacing. He's a fucking menacing character. And actually, it was the first game to ever jump scare me. Now I remember, Ocarina of Time was the first game to ever jump scare me because of the freaking wall masters, right? The wall masters in the forest temple. I remember specifically, like I was going through the twisted hallway. It was the twisted hallway, right? And you go through it, right? And I'm trying to get to the door. I'm trying to get to the door on the other side of that, in that room after that hallway. And I'm just like, how do I get up there? And I was taking some time to think about it. And all of a sudden I hear, and I'm looking around like, I was like, what is that? Where is that coming from? And then all of a sudden, bam, that grabs me and throws me. I'm like, I remember screaming. I was like, ah! I was like, ah, what the hell? Or I didn't say that as a kid, but I was like, ah, what is that? And the Forest Temple is by far one of my favorite temples just because of how it's themed. And just the atmosphere of that temple specifically. It's not creepy, as, like, say, the Shadow Temple is, or the Bottom of the Well. But it's also, like, it's not as creepy as those, but it still holds that vibe. It's like a haunted mansion, which is what it, like, with the ghosts and everything, it makes sense, right? It's like, it's meant to be that. It's just like, I think Ocarina of Time was also where I got into paranormal stuff, actually. I think that's where I get my love for paranormal and ghosts and everything. Like, I think it was that along with Scooby-Doo. Like, but the Forest Temple really cemented my love for, like, paranormal and haunted mansion stuff. Sorry, I'm kind of going off on tangents now. But anyways, as I was getting back onto Ocarina of Time, I'm gonna yawn a lot. Also, saving Epona for the first time was honestly so sweet. It was like one of the first times where I felt like, oh, I have to save Epona. Like I was just like, I gotta get on my horse. I gotta get the horse, right? Like, cause you go back, you build a friendship with Epona as a child, right? And you come back 7 years later, and you're just like, you learn that, oh, Talon has been ran out of, or yes, Talon had been ran out of the ranch and everything, and you learn that Ingo is going to give Epona away to Ganondorf as a new steed and everything. And you just feel like, no, that's my horse. You know, that's my horse. You're gonna give her back to me, and then you get to escape with her by jumping over the fence, by jumping over the wall and everything. Like, I felt so awesome in that moment. It's just like, yeah, I beat Ingo in a race because I'm just that good, and then just get to leap out and do like this whole escape sequence, and it's like, oh, it felt so good. You get to like see her rear up on her hind legs and everything. And it made traversing Hyrule Field a lot better. Going back now, Hyrule Field isn't as big, obviously, as I remember. But I do remember getting Epona and being like, oh heck yeah, now I can ride around and everything. Like, and I could have sworn I just kind of rode Epona around Hyrule Field like maybe hundreds of times. Oh, I should talk about the music, because one of my big things about games is music. I love the soundtrack of Ocarina of Time, and I think that's where a lot of people say it. I do think Breath of the Wild kind of lacks in the music department a little bit. Not as bad as everyone says. I do like what they do with it. I just wish there was a bit more grander themes. Oh, I've heard its OST and it's great. Yeah, Ocarina of Time's OST is like so good. Cause like for me, it was the first time hearing all of that. But yeah, Kakariko's theme, such a good village theme. Ooh, actually, speaking of themes, the one that's playing, I love this one actually. This is from Breath of the Wild trailer, Life in the Ruins. I love this theme. Dun, 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 da, 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 da. I have heard this theme playing right now. I've listened to it so many times because I just love the feeling of it. Anyways, getting back on Ocarina of Time's music. The Ocarina of Time, the ocarina itself, I actually own it. I don't know if you'd be able to hear it on the mic here. I have it right here. Let's see if you can hear it on the mic. Yeah, you can. Oh. Wait, that's not the right one. There you go. But yeah, I actually own the Ocarina of Time and everything. I'm a nerd. I bought that myself. It was one of the first things I ever bought as a collector, you know, officially. Play more, play more. I don't know many songs anymore. Like I learned a few like years ago, but I kind of forgot how to do it. But let me here. Hold on. Let me pause the music real quick. Let me see if I can do what was opponent. What is Saria's song? Do 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 do. All right. Yeah, that's probably the best I can do. I tease, but that's okay. I always want to get one and try it. Yeah, I need to learn again. I need to learn the ocarina again, so I can actually like play it for people. Cause I would love to. Like it's honestly a very fun instrument. All right, let's get my music back up and running. But yeah, that was also Ocarina of Time that got me into be like, if your game has good music, I'll love it. Like that's that you have to have good music. That's one of my checklists for a game is good freaking music. While I'm not like a music aficionado or anything, I don't understand sheet music or anything like that. I wasn't in band. I still love good music. I love good soundtracks and everything. And if you can sweep me off my feet, bridal style, with the Zelda track here, like, I would be in heaven. Should I do a ranking for music alone? Should I, like, I'm doing games overall, but should I do a tier list for music? Because I would like to do that. Soundtracks are the bomb, yes. You should, yeah. I'll probably do it. I'll probably do that one later. All right, let's continue on with this because we've been talking so long about just Ocarina of Time alone. But again, it's one of my favorite games of all time, and I greatly enjoy it. But I will say, I gotta say the joke. The water temple sucks. It doesn't suck as bad as a lot of people make it out to be, but it is frustrating. The water temple is frustrating. Which I think, since we're already on the subject, I'll say this. Ocarina of Time 3D? 3D is better than the original. Ocarina of Time 3D. This is one of the first remakes that I'll talk about. I do own it. I don't own it physically. I need to get a physical copy of it someday, but I have it on my 3DS right here, actually. And it was, I think Ocarina of Time 3D improves a lot on what the original did, and I wish that version of the game would be on the Switch. I wish Ocarina of Time 3D, I would just call it Ocarina of Time HD or whatever, but put it on the Switch, please. Please, I want to play that version again because I love the 3DS version. It is so good. It looks better, sounds better, plays better. I want the 3DS game on the Switch. But yeah. Oh. Alright. I did skip over a game, so we're gonna talk about... I'm gonna put Link's Awakening and Link's Awakening DX in the same tier together, but I'm going to put those at D. I'm gonna put Link's Awakening at D. The original two Link's Awakenings. Only because... And I'm gonna put the Oracle games. I'm gonna talk about all three of these together. Actually, no. I think I'll put the Oracle games just a bit higher. Because... let's see. Is that Link's Awakening? Yeah, that is Link's Awakening. Okay. Yeah, I had to make sure. Oh. Also, hi, Gus. Welcome to the stream. All right, so the other Game Boy, the Game Boy Zelda games, Link's Awakening and the Oracle games, for what they did to cram a full Zelda game on a handheld at the time, phenomenal, and I think they did a really good job. Actually, I will also put the DX version up here with the Oracle games, only because it looks a little bit better, and they do, I believe they do fix some issues with the original game with this. But the only reason I put them that low is because, like, it's limited, whereas, like, you had to constantly switch out your items. You could never have a sword and shield constantly on you. You had to, like, switch out and you had to be in and out of the pause menu constantly in those games. Which, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I might put them lower. Now that I'm thinking about that, I think the original Link's Awakening kind of suffers a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna put them right here. I think that's a little bit better. I think they do improve on them and whatnot. And being able to combine items was really fun. I do own the original Link's Awakening. I own Link's Awakening DX, I believe. Where's my Game Boy at? There it is. I have it over here, actually. Just gotta reach over here. Let's see, which one do I have? I have the original Link's Awakening on the Game Boy, and I own an original Game Boy. Let me see if I can turn it on real quick. Oh, I don't have batteries in it? Oh, I don't have batteries in my Game Boy. Whoops. But yeah, I do own the original. But yeah, being in and out of the... You still have the OG Game Boy? Yep. Well, technically, this is a Game Boy Color. I have a Game Boy Color. I have the... funny enough, I have the Pikachu. The Pikachu and Pichu Game Boy Color. And whatnot. And I don't really play on it or anything much anymore, but I do have it for collectors kind of thing. But I do own that, and I would like to have a Zelda themed Game Boy at some point. Yeah. I just had the teal blue one, and I was obsessed with Pokemon Blue. I used to own Pokemon Blue, but I forgot what happened. Oh, I gave it to a friend because I was stupid. I'm planning on getting that game again. But yeah. But anyways, I own a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advance, and a Game Boy SP. My SP is currently out of commission at the moment because I was trying to replace the shell on it and messed it up a little bit. So I'm trying to get that fixed. I haven't worked on it in like a year or so, but I'm gonna try to get that fixed. Because funny enough, I was trying to replace the shell with the golden Zelda Triforce shell. Because so I'm gonna have to try to fix it again. Yeah. But anyways, back to the Zelda games. I got sidetracked so hard. I think that for what they did, their fun to cram a whole Zelda game in the original Game Boy was really good, and they're fun games. But having to switch in and out the menu to switch out items constantly just kind of made the game just very hard to go back to. It makes it very hard to go back to, especially now that we can bring it up, the remake. I would actually, honestly, I put it at A tier. Only for its short game. It's kind of a shorter-esque game. But I do like the Link's Awakening remake. I own the amiibo and everything too. But the remake was so good in my opinion. They did away with switching out items well, no, they still had it, but they also put it to where you always had the sword and shield equipped. You did not have to unequip those, which made it just so much better to deal with. And just the overall aesthetic, I think, is a lot better in the Switch remake than it is in the original Game Boy games. And it just, I think Sorry. I think the Oracle games should get a Link's Awakening remake thing. I think the Oracle games deserve that. Along with I could see the original Zelda being done in that style as well. You know, and everything. And I don't know if I should talk spoilers for this game. But I think Link's Awakening has one of the best twists in a game. It has one of the best stories in the game in a Zelda game. I enjoy it greatly. As sad as it could be if you know what it is. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Link's Awakening remake. The style wise and everything. It was a lot of fun to play, and I definitely will go back to do. I think I actually have a current hero mode playthrough going on that I haven't played in a couple of years because I just been playing other games and whatnot. But I think they really improved on the original with this remake, and I put the remake at an A tier. Yeah. What's next? Okay, Majora's. Oh, we do have Master Quest. I would put Master Quest along it. This is the thumbnail for it. I couldn't change the picture, but I'm gonna put Master Quest along with the original Zelda. Because, again, it's another thing, the 3DS improved on it a little bit more. But I do like how they went back and made a second quest, which and it was actually different, and I miss that. I do miss them making a second quest, and being like, oh yeah, it's the same game, a lot has changed, though. Which, that was one lackluster thing I found from Breath of the Wild, because I'm going to be bouncing back and forth with that game. Master mode in Breath of the Wild is at this point. When I first played it, I was like, oh crap, okay, the difficulty is spiked. But once I got into the game and I got to a point where I had all the weapons I needed, I'm plowing through enemies now. If y'all watched my recent playthrough of the game, right, of Breath of the Wild, like, Master mode was just too easy, in my opinion, and I hope if there's a new Master Mode in Tears of the Kingdom, they actually, really bump up the difficulty a little bit. And whatnot. But getting back on Ocarina of Time's Master Quest, I haven't personally played it, all the way through, though, but I have done a good portion of it. I think on my current playthrough of it, I passed the Forest Temple, I believe. I believe I passed the Forest Temple on it, but I haven't gone any further with it. But I really miss the Zelda series having a second quest. Because they didn't do that for Zelda 2 or Link to the Past. They brought it back for Ocarina of Time, and then they just haven't done it again since. Not a true second quest. They have had Hero Mode and Master Mode, but it's essentially the same game, just no healing items or stronger enemies. I do miss having a full second quest to go off of. And whatnot. And I hope they do it again someday. Or if they remake Zelda 1 and 2, they do, they kind of revamp the second quest in Zelda 1 and whatnot. I really hope they do that. I would like to see that again. Alright, so on to the sequel to Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. I have my thoughts. I feel it is really good. Is the remake on here? It's another one of those, I put the remake over. I'm gonna actually put Majora's Mask in B. Only because the original is, and I'll say the same thing about the 3DS. There's not much in replayability if you do a full 100% playthrough. And I'm talking about vanilla experience. If you want to do it with randomizer or whatever, that's fun. That's always a unique experience each time you do it. But Majora's Mask, I believe, suffers from really not being replayable. A lot of these Zelda games are like there's not much you can do different in each one, and a lot of them. But I feel like Majora's Mask suffers a little bit, in my opinion, because of just how much you do in that game. There is a lot you do in this game, and it's just like with all the different mask quests you can do and everything. The only reason I'm putting the remake at S is because, again, like the 3DS, the two 3DS games we got that were remakes are just solid. They're the best versions of those games. The 3DS versions are the definitive version, and I wish they would bring them up to the Switch. I want those versions. Ooh, Aria song. Yay. I love Majora's Mask. I first played it when I was around 8 or 9, I believe. It was a little bit later in life. It was a little bit later after Ocarina of Time, but I love the story for Majora's Mask. I feel it is one of the better stories they have told overall. With the whole 3-day cycle. Your love for this reminds me of how much I love Mega Man in the same aspect. Oh, or Mega Man X. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And this is what I aim to do, is like I want to show people my love for the series and everything, and I want to listen to people talk about their like experience with their favorite games too. I love stuff like this. Yeah. But getting back on Majora's Mask, like all the different stories you get to experience with every character, essentially. So many games I want to play. Yeah, I can feel that. I feel that. But yeah, you get all the characters you get to meet, and you get to interact with them a lot more than you get to in Ocarina of Time. Whereas Ocarina of Time, you did get to learn about the NPCs a little bit more, and they had more character. Majora's Mask amped it up to a T, because you get like emotions. You get one of my favorite side missions in the game is the 3-day mission with Anju and Cafe. It is the sweetest story ever, and it's just like if I ever play Majora's Mask again, I have to do that side quest. But I don't think I might play it again eventually on stream just to play it. But it's one of those where it's kind of hard to do a 100% playthrough again. So I would have to think hard on that one if I want to do that again. That's just the only thing that suffers, is like I can't see myself playing Majora's Mask over and over like I did with Ocarina of Time. Because I've played Ocarina of Time maybe 6-7 times now at this point, all the way through. Whereas Majora's Mask, I've only ever done it like twice. I did the N64 version, and I've done the 3DS version. I know if I want to try a game that I know one of you played, I can ask for advice. That's fair, yeah. You can always ask. I don't mind. If I only stream games that I'm supposed to 100%, then I'd never stream. You don't have to 100% Majora's Mask. It's only like if you want the final battle to just be just a cakewalk, literally. Because yeah, getting the Fierce Deity mask for the first time was just awesome. One of the collected. As a Zelda collector, I want to have all the masks, all the main masks of Majora's Mask. I want the Deku mask, the Zora mask, the Gora mask, and the Fierce Deity mask. I want to have those, and Majora's Mask. I have the Majora's Mask light up there on my bookshelf. I have the light, but I want a wearable mask. But that's one of the things I want to collect someday. Also, Gave us one of the creepiest characters. You are a Deku, though. Yes, I am. Play them. Having fun playing them is the best. Yeah, definitely. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. For me personally, I can't go back. I don't know if I could go back and 100% it again, because it just takes so much planning, and you have to be like, oh, I have to go on this day, this day, this day. I have to be here. I have to get to places at this time, at this specific location, and whatnot. And it's just like, it's a lot of planning, and it takes energy out of me. And I'm just like, oh god, here we go again. But also, Majora's Mask introduced a lot of the creepiest characters in the series. With the while the Happy Mask Salesman was in Ocarina of Time, I feel like Majora's Mask is where they really brought him in, and it was like, oh yeah, hi. This is like he freaking shakes Link in a rage-filled, like he just like, you gotta get my mask for me. You gotta get it back. I guess I could take this time to talk about the manga as well, because I own almost all the Zelda manga at this point. I'm just missing like 1 or 2 volumes of... I'm missing the last volume of Twilight Princess, which just came out, so I have to go find it. And I'm missing, like, I think I'm missing another one? I don't know. 100% is child's introduction into anxiety. Yeah, very much so, yeah. But, yeah, the Majora's Mask manga just takes the story of the game and brings it up another level, because it just adds more feeling to it, because you also get to really experience Link as a character going through all of this, and it's just like, oh, I love it. I love the manga so much. Yeah, Majora's Mask, I put it like as far as the original N64, I put it below Ocarina of Time only because it's not, for me, as replayable as Ocarina of Time itself. But the 2 3DS remakes, S tier, definitive versions. If you want to play those games, play the 3DS version. Like, unless you just want the classic feel and play the N64 versions, I'm not saying don't do that. But if you want the best experience you can have with those games, get the 3DS versions. They're just peak. I love them dearly, and I can't speak. Play the 3DS games. They're very good. They're very good. So anyways, let's continue on. Gotta go. Cooked bacon Alfredo. Bacon Alfredo? Huh? What's that? Sounds delicious. I have a great time touring the... Yes, well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you come back because I got like a few other tier lists I'm gonna be doing. Alright, let's see, what is... Oh! We did skip over another Game Boy game, I just realized. Four Swords. I have played through and finished Four Swords, the original Four Swords. I would put it, honestly... I would put it at a D tier as well. If only because... Budget meal, white Alfredo sauce, elbow noodles, and bacon bits sauteed. God, that sounds fucking delicious. Jesus Christ. Try that. Oh my god. Sorry, I like food, so. Anyways, the original Four Swords. It's okay. I don't have too much to say about it, honestly. I think it lacks... I think the version they released for the DSi and later on the 3DS, because they re-released it as part of an anniversary thing, I think does a little bit better because you can play it single player and just have 2 links with you. I think it lacks in the fact that you need essentially 4 people to play with. You need 3 other people to play with you to have the full experience of the game and everything. And it's in the same vein of Triforce Heroes, where it's just like a mission-based type deal. You go like one small area to one small area to one small area, and you're just kind of essentially going through a course, in my opinion. From what I remember, you're not really doing a whole lot of adventuring, which I feel is a lacking thing in a Zelda game. If you don't have it, if you don't add some sort of adventure to it, I don't really think of it very highly, because when I think of Zelda, I think of adventure, I think of traveling, I think of going across the land or the sea, depending on which game you're talking about, and I like those in Zelda games. So if a Zelda game doesn't really have that, it's still good. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. Just, Anyways, on to, let's see. We will do the Minish Cap first. We'll do the Minish Cap first, because again, that's another Zelda game I've recently played for the first time, like fully. Like I never played Minish Cap until this year. I will put that. I'll put that at B tier. Actually, I put it 8. Ooh, this is kind of a hard one, in my opinion. I need to pick up my supper for you now. Alright, I'll take a look here in a second. Minish Cap is a hard one for me because it is really good. I had a ton of fun with it. I think I'll just put it in B tier, if only because I feel like it could be a little bit better. It did bring a lot to the handheld Zelda games. It did do I can't speak. The only thing I could say that I would do better is like maybe make the finding kinstone pieces a little bit better, and I think that's really it. Honestly, it was like some of the side quests could be a little bit better. But overall, as an experience, I had a ton of fun with it. Really good music, really good gameplay. I feel like adding like the whole sword technique to like a 2D Zelda, like, because before that, I think in a 2D Zelda we didn't have a lot of different sword techniques outside of the spin attack in A Link to the Past and the up and downward strikes in Zelda 2. So it was a nice change of pace. It was like, oh yeah, you get to learn like to do a sword dash. You can do a big spin attack. You can I believe there's like a downward strike and everything that I didn't get or anything. But yeah, I think the dungeons are really good. I think as far as Zelda experience goes, I think it's pretty good. It's really good, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. Sorry. I'm trying to think of more to say because I feel like I keep saying the same things over and over again. I don't know. Oh jeez. My stream went to red. I just saw that and then went back up. But yeah, ooh. Yeah, the only reason I put it in B is I feel like it could be a little bit better with like just overall pacing, because I felt like I was just flying through the dungeons like really quickly. And the boss fights were pretty easy. Overall, I feel like it's like it's an average game like overall, but I still really enjoyed it for what it is. trying to think of what more to say. I did find it weird that, as far as chronological time goes, we went from Skyward Sword to Minish Cap. And, like, what happened to the Master Sword between Skyward Sword and Ocarina of Time? What happened to the Master Sword? Because we go from having the Master Sword to the Pickery Blade to the Force Sword, because, you turn the Pickery Blade into the Force Sword. And then you go back to the Master Sword and everything. So, like, what happened? Where was the Master Sword for what was it, like a couple centuries? I'd have to look at the book again. I know this book is outdated. Hold on, let me grab it. Oh god, I keep pulling on my headphones. I don't want to break another set of headphones. Give me a quick second. Kind of getting hot in here. Trying to cool down a little bit. I know this book is technically outdated at this point because they have changed the... Alright, yeah, headphones are still working. They changed the placement of Link's Awakening and the Oracle games. They switched them around. Where's the timeline? There it is. Okay, so yeah. So we go from Skyward Sword, the creation of the Master Sword, and, the start of the whole legend of Link and Zelda and everything. And then we go to... And then the Sacred Realm is sealed away. And everything. And we have the establishment of Hyrule Kingdom. And whatnot. And then it's Minish Cap and Force Swords, like, right back to back. And we don't have the Master Sword at all, anywhere. It's not even mentioned, at this point. And I know, like, kind of going back, like, it's just like, oh, like, going, like, yeah, it's a bit of a retroactive type of deal, but still, it's weird that it doesn't get mentioned, because at that point, the Master Sword was a thing. And then we go to Ocarina of Time, which is roughly, like, I would say, like, 3 to 4 centuries after Skyward Sword. Like, what happened to the Master Sword in that time? That it wasn't around for, to defeat Vati, right? Though I did see a video. I did watch a video, like, on the Zelda timeline, and someone made the point. I forgot who made the point. I think it was Zelda? No, it was Nintendo Black Crisis, I believe. Or they may have both made a similar video, I don't remember. But Four Swords Adventures, they theorize it should actually go before Ocarina of Time. Because it would make more sense overall, given that technically, Four Swords Adventures has a second Ganondorf that's not connected to the one from, like, Ocarina of Time, going on to Twilight Princess and whatnot. It's a new Ganondorf, but it would make more sense if it takes place before Ocarina of Time, and it's, like, all one Ganondorf, and we don't have that weird, like, whatever was going on, right? Which I kind of agree with. I feel like the two Four Swords games should be together in the timeline. Given that, again, it happens again, you have Twilight Princess with the Master Sword, and then you go into Four Swords Adventures and you have the Force Sword. What happened to the Master Sword again? Like, what happened where it wasn't available again? Or something, because it never moves, right? It gets placed in a pedestal and it stays there for the most part, right? So I'm just like confused on that myself. Like, why is that not over here? And why is that not up here? I've realized I've gone on a tangent again. Again, I get very passionate about the Zelda series and the lore and everything. I get very passionate about it because I enjoy it for what it is, and I want it to make sense. I want it to make sense. Anyways, so that's 4 swords. Uh. Alright. Now, the next game in the series, I'm gonna place this over here for now. Alright. I hope everyone's enjoying my, like, stream or whatever. Like, because again, this is, like, this is very weird for me, because I'm, like, because, like, talking about one thing I can know can get annoying, even that's the whole point of this stream. Alright, so next game in the series, Wind Waker. The original Wind Waker, I enjoy. HD, I like a lot better. Gives Teku a coffee. Am I yawning too much? Here you go. Am I coughing too... cough? Am I yawning too much? Do I sound like I'm a little tired? I might be a little bit. If I talk on too long, I start getting a little tired from it. No, not at all. Oh, there we go. So, Wind Waker. I like it. I did not play Wind Waker until I was, I believe, a teenager. I can tell you you're a little tired, but not bothersome at all. Alright, well, thank you. Also, thank you for the redeems. Let me get up and stretch real quick, even though I just got up. Okay. Oh, there we go. Pop my back. Oh. Alright. Yeah, I might have had a good bit of energy taken out of me today because I went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 this morning. And by the way, just side tangent real quick. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, go watch it. It is fucking... If you love the Guardians movies, go see this. Like, you are going to love it. That's all I'll say for now, because I don't want to get too off topic. But yeah. You love the movies? Yeah. Yeah, go see it. Alright, Wind Waker. I did not play Wind Waker until I was a teenager. I did not have Wind Waker when the GameCube came out. I did get a GameCube when it came out, but I did not own Wind Waker. I did not play Wind Waker until roughly 10 years later. It was just like, at the time, I didn't know about it, and I didn't, my parents bought my games for me, or my dad, my GameCube was at my dad's house, so my dad bought me games and everything. I just never grabbed a Wind Waker. But when I did eventually play it, it was at a time where I was already used to Toon Link and everything, because I had played the DS games. And so I liked it. I liked the style of Wind Waker and everything. That being said, I will put Wind Waker at B, and I will put the remake at A. Or I shouldn't say remake, remaster. The HD remaster port at A tier. Actually, I might put it a little bit lower. I think I'll put Wind Waker at C, actually. It's again one of those where the HD port kind of does it better. Where it kind of does cut down on a lot of the time spent sailing, which, I mean, I know is a main aspect of the series. Actually, you know what? I would put Wind Waker at B. Now that I think about it. And I'll be changing my answers a lot during this. Um. Uh. Uh. I'm changing my answers like back and forth on all of these. But Wind Waker, again, I didn't play till way later in life, and when I did get around to finally playing it, I enjoyed the crap out of it. I had a lot of fun. Like, bosses were good, the dungeons were good. There were less dungeons in this game. There was like, what, 5? You had 2... Yeah, you had 2 for the pearls, you had the Tower of the Gods, and you had the 2 Sage Temples. Not including Hyrule Castle itself and Ganon's Tower in the surface below the water. But I feel like Wind Waker did a lot right, and at the time when it came out, people dogged on the art style way too much. I feel like it should not have gotten the hate that it did, because, oh, we want a realistic Zelda, we want Ocarina of Time but look better. Like, it's a kid's game at the end of the day. It's gonna look like it's gonna be for kids. But I think the Wind Waker's cel-shaded art style really works. I love it a lot. I love Breath of the Wild cell shading too. I think Breath of the Wild does it a little bit better, in my opinion. Yeah, I loved sailing out in the sea and opening the map. Like, it was like, because at the time I was playing it, I was really, really into Pirates of the Caribbean. I was super into Pirates of the Caribbean at the time, and Wind Waker was just scratching that itch I needed to sail the open sea and whatnot. And I felt like a pirate. I felt like a pirate playing Wind Waker. Oh, speaking of Wind Waker. Da 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 da. Good old pirates, yes. I think the music of Wind Waker is super freaking good. I think the music is a lot better. It's like some of the best in the entire series. And if we get to the Zelda, the music tier list, I'll like discuss more on that. I don't know how well y'all can hear it on stream, but like, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm just like, oh. Yeah, like, just the feeling of sailing the open sea and everything, discovering islands and finding treasure. It was what I needed at the time. Like, it was just like, I have a fascination for pirates, and whatnot, and I loved it. Oh. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Sorry, I'm just enjoying this. I love Wind Waker's music a lot. Also, I love the different characters that you meet in Wind Waker. They're so funny, honestly. Like, Wind Waker is a comedy for the most part. It is a comedy at the end of the day, and I love it. I enjoy it greatly. Every time I play Wind Waker, like, I always laugh at some point in the game. which I will be doing Wind Waker again at some point soon. Also Deku, yeah. But yeah, if y'all want to see a Wind Waker playthrough, I definitely would do another Wind Waker playthrough. That's another thing I like about a lot of the Zelda series and why Majora's Mask kind of is lower on the list is because you can replay a lot of the Zelda games, a lot of the 3D Zelda games and whatnot. You just kind of go through a lot of them, and I enjoy that a lot. Yeah. I might put a poll up because I've been wanting to do Master Mode for the Zelda games. I want to do Master Mode runs or Hero Mode runs. I might try a challenge run on a Zelda game this year because I haven't done it in a while. I haven't done like a 3-heart run or anything like that. I should try one. Anyways, more I could say about Wind Waker. Best character, best Link. Like, I want to talk about this for a minute. I love this Link a lot. He is one of the best versions of Link out there. Because, and it's like a thing people say about this one, but I enjoy this a lot. He is not tied to the spirit of the hero, by the way. Thank you for the pet, Sandra. This Link is not tied to the spirit of the hero, right? He is his own Link. He made the gods choose him as their hero. He went out just to save his sister. He didn't care about anything else. He just wanted to go save his sister. Everything. And he got roped into doing this big, grand adventure to become the hero again. To become the hero of the Great Sea. And it's just, he went out. He had the courage all on his own without some destiny, without some legacy to tie him to. He just went out on his own and did it. And he's like the most badass Link of them all, in my opinion. Just for the sole fact that he went out and did it. He made himself the hero, right? Yeah, sorry, like, I love Wind Waker Link a ton. Oh. Alright, what's next on the timeline? Twilight Princess. Alright. No, actually, I want to talk more about Wind Waker for a second. I think Wind Waker had some of the best dungeons in the game. In the series. It had some of the best dungeons in the series. Some of the best exploration, whatnot. The only downside I would say for both versions of Wind Waker is the Triforce quest. I wish they would have changed it in the HD port. I understand why they probably couldn't, but I'm glad they changed it in the ways they did. But overall, I think the Triforce quest is just agonizing. I do have my complaints, but overall, I think it is a very good experience. It has the best characterization of Ganondorf, of Link, of Zelda / Tetra. I love Tetra, by the way. Tetra is such a good freaking character. I love it. She's like the first time, like outside of Sheik, really, it's like one of the first times like you see Zelda just not like just be herself. She wasn't a disguise, right? Where Sheik was still Zelda in a sense, character-wise, it was still Zelda and everything. Tetra was really just the furthest from that. And just like, she didn't want to be a princess. She just wanted to be a captain of her pirates. She wanted to sail the sea and be an adventurer. And I love that. Oh, I love that. Wind Waker has some of my favorite versions of all the main Zelda characters. Of Link, of Zelda, and of Ganondorf. Just because with Ganondorf specifically, it is one of the most stoic, I believe, Ganondorfs. You know, until he gets crazy, until he shows that he's really is just a lunatic. But like he's just like I wanted to. He's like, you get his whole speech of, oh, I just wanted to help my people leave the desert. We lived, like, his childhood was nothing but harsh. It was the harsh desert and everything. Like, he wanted to just bring his people out of that and everything. But he wanted to do it in a way that hurt other people, which makes him a villain. He's such a good, nuanced villain, and I love it. Getting to talk about this is, like, this is me getting it all out now, because, like, I feel like I've annoyed my friends enough talking about these games. What is this song playing, by the way? I don't recognize it at the moment. Oh, it's a version of the Ballad of the Windfish. Okay. I like Ballad of the Windfish. But yeah, like, also, the only... I don't think there's too much I'd say I really don't care for outside of the Triforce quest on Wind Waker. Design, I love it. Gameplay, I really enjoy it. I think the HD port makes it a lot better. I think motion controls, for the Zelda series help as far as aiming for, like, bows and hook shots and items like that. I think motion controls really just bring the game up a little bit more. And we'll talk about motion controls in Zelda games here in a bit in depth on how I feel about them. We'll talk about more in depth later on. Yeah. Also, it has, like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna look it up real quick. Just because I want to talk about it more. Wind Waker Link. Like, some of the best meme material ever. Like, can I, like, bring this over onto this screen? No, I can't. Let me see if I can't. Dang it. I'm just opening, like, more instances of Opera. Hold up. Give me 1 second. We'll just do it on this screen real quick. Give me a second. Yeah, like, he has some of the best freaking faces. Oh, you can't. Yeah, like this face right here. I love this face, like, so much. Hold on. I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna put this in its own instance, and we're gonna just add it real quick. I'm gonna make this one. Yeah, like, okay, real quick, okay. It has some of my favorite faces, like, Toon Link, faces. Like this one. This was my favorite, by the way. Just, this, like, it's like, hey there, what's up? He's like, I've made this exact face before. I have made this face, like, whenever I'm waking up, I'm just like, I'm not here today. Like, I've made this face going into work. It's like, I'm not here today. I'm just existing. My body's here, but my mind's not. I like this face. This is my favorite face of all fucking time. I freaking love this face. I do need to make a Deku emote with that and that one. I should. I need to revamp my emotes a little bit. Matthew did the ones I currently have. And I think I might go to him again for them because I just want to support. I want to support my friend Matthew. But I'll definitely. I think for my anniversary we'll have new emotes going. I'll have some new emotes for my anniversary and whatnot, and I'll try to get some of these. I like this face too, like just like this bitch. What is this? That's a weird render. Which, by the way, I want to talk about this because I think this really sucks. Hold up, Brawl. This version of Toon Link I hate. By the way, like just because we're on the subject of it. Get a better image. Oh, that's a terrible image. Like, come on. But anyways, Brawl Toon Link. I do not like this. When is my anniversary? June 28th, I believe. I believe I have to go back and yeah, June 28th is my anniversary, which I'm gonna try to have that day off. I'm gonna try to have that day off, and we'll do like a fun stream that day and everything. We'll have some new stuff going. I won't have anything huge for that because I haven't been able to get anything done yet. But I'll definitely try to plan something fun for that day and whatnot, and maybe do. Oh, you know what? My anniversary. We could do a VTuber Q&A. We're getting off track. But anyways, this version of Toon Link I hate. I do not like this version of Toon Link because Brawl really went all in on the realistic graphic look, and I think that just does not work for Toon Link. Realistic Toon Link is just not good, in my opinion. I hate this render so much. I do not like it. I like this one a lot more. I like Ultimate Toon. Ultimate Toon Link is really good. Like, design-wise. Yeah, fighter-wise, it's okay. But design, like, ooh, best version of Toon Link, honestly. Like, Smash 4 was okay, but, like, they stepped it up in Ultimate. Like, this render isn't bad, per se, but just this one is a lot better. Anyways, that's enough of me going off about Toon Link design. Anyways, where were we? Okay, I think we talked enough about Wind Waker at the moment. Which, by the way, I do put Wind Waker HD over Ocarina of Time. You know what? I might put the 3DS games down on A here and put Wind Waker HD up on S because I feel like these are better. And I put S on B. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, again, I'll be moving things around as I go on. I'll realize, like, oh, you know what? I might put this a little bit lower, actually. But I feel like Wind Waker HD is just honestly really freaking good. I love it a lot. Now on to the next game. Next game, Twilight Princess. I think, given that I also recently played the HD port, Twilight Princess is very good. I like it a lot. I will definitely put the HD port in A rank, and I will put the original GameCube and Wii ports because they have them separated here. I'll just keep it as one, as the original. I'll put that in B. The only reason I put Twilight Princess below Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD below Wind Waker HD, is just I like the music. I'm trying to think because like I might put it up on S rank or whatever, but my only issues with it were like the wolf sections were okay. I don't really like the Twilight Realm section or the Tears sections all that much, like fighting all the bugs. I don't really like those sections all that much. I like Wolf Link for the fact that I don't necessarily need the horse to go around Hyrule Field, but I'd much rather ride a horse. I love Midna as a companion. I love Midna, and I put her on the same pedestal as Fi. Like, I really like them both. The story is okay. I really like this version of Link. Very badass. Wolf. And I did originally, like, my aesthetic as a VTuber, like, my model. I really went off the vibes of Wolf Link. Like, if you look at my character and everything, you can see, like, a lot of inspiration came from Wolf Link and everything. And that was the original thing. Like, I was known as, like, that's my whole shtick, the Twilight, well, Fox now, but it was like the Twilight Wolf and everything. Like, I went with that whole aesthetic and whatnot. So, like, Twilight Princess did influence a lot in my childhood and whatnot, and I really enjoy it. Going back now, I say it's not as. I put it below Wind Waker HD. I put it above. I'll put it like both wise. I'll put it above the original Wind Waker and but I think Wind Waker HD style wise is a little bit better. I do love the aesthetic of Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess, like, I grew up more with Twilight Princess than I did Wind Waker, and I really enjoyed. It was also the first time I like experienced motion controls with the Zelda series, and I don't think they were that good in Twilight Princess. I don't like that. I don't like them too much in that game. I prefer the traditional button controls and whatnot. But it has some of my favorite characters in the series. I don't know why, but a lot of people don't like Agatha. I like Agatha a lot. I find her adorable and whatnot. So, but yeah, I like Agatha. I don't know how I feel about that version of Zelda personally. Probably because we don't get to spend much time with her. We don't really get to see her all that much. Best version of Ganondorf, in my opinion, right now. Tears of the Kingdom, my opinion right now is like Tears of the Kingdom is going to go to the top, on everything. But Twilight Princess has a lot of my favorite versions of characters. I do like the story overall. I think getting to help Midna try to save her home as well as save Hyrule. Zant had potential to be a very badass boss, a badass villain, but they made him a crybaby. They made Zant a crybaby, and I was just like, huh? I was just sitting there like, really? Like, you're gonna whine and pout like a child? Like, just like, it's just like you get to him and you're just like, he's so intimidating, right? He's like like when I first played the game and first saw Zan, and he, you interact with him a little bit. He's just so menacing at first, right? He's like, just like, yes, I've come to take over your kingdom. Everything. I have this magical power that supersedes yours and whatnot. I've turned your people into spirits, and I'm harnessing their fear or whatever. And and everything. Like, they make him so intimidating at first, and then they just kind of backtrack and make him like a crybaby. He throws a tantrum like a 5-year-old. And I was just like, oh, come on, really? That's your twist? And then it's just Ganondorf. Which, again, I love Ganondorf, and I feel like the final battle in Twilight Princess is really freaking good, having it tiered like that, where it's just like, oh, you fight Zelda possessed by Ganondorf, and then you fight the Dark Beast Ganon, and then you sword fight one-on-one with Ganondorf himself, and then you stab him in the chest, and he dies standing, and you're just like, oh, it's such a good fight. I love it. I prefer Ganondorf so much in this game. Zant was such a letdown, in my freaking opinion. Like, Zant was such a letdown of a villain that I'm just sitting here like, that wasn't satisfying at all. Like, beating him finally, kicking his ass finally, is like not satisfying, in my opinion. Ooh, I like the song. Yeah, I grew up with this one a lot more, and going back, I could play this multiple times. I wouldn't mind. Playing in hero mode was interesting. Not having health and whatnot, that was honestly kind of fun. And I would definitely like to do a 3-heart challenge of Twilight Princess. I want to do one for Zelda, for Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker. I want to do the 3-heart challenge. And everything. I would love to do it. Alright. Also, I don't think I mentioned this at the beginning, I will have side games. Because next game up, crossbow training. C tier. Along with the original Zelda. It's fun for what it is. Don't have a lot to say about it. I do own it. I do own the Zapper, the Wii Zapper thing. Don't have a lot to say. It's a fun side game. I probably would have preferred them do something else, because, the crossbow is such an interesting item, but it doesn't come back in the mainline games. It never comes back, or whatever. And it's just like, it's fun as a on-rail shooter type of deal and whatnot. It's fun getting headshots on moblins and bokoblins and whatnot. Honestly, if they do something like that again, I'd play it again. But as far as overall tier list goes, it's average. It's fun, it works for what it is, and it succeeds in that greatly. Just an average experience. Play it, don't play it, that's up to you. I did play it all the way through, though. I did every mission, got the best ranking in all the missions and whatnot. Alright, and sticking with side games for a minute, we've got the Hyrule Warriors games. Now, we've got the original, which I will put... I think I'll put in... Wait, do we not have Age of Calamity on this list? I don't have Age of Calamity on this list. Can I, add more, or... I'll have to add Age of Calamity later on. I didn't realize Age of Calamity was not on this list. I'll have to see if I can find it, one with it. But anyways, the original Hyrule Warriors, I put, the base game, C tier. Also, I'm gonna change the music up, because I'm not really digging this one. Oh, it's the Farewell of the Hyrule King, yeah. Alright, give me a second. Let me find another... Let's find some other songs. We'll pull up the Smash Bros. Zelda music. I did not mean to skip. I'm just trying to make sure. Alright. Alright, let's go. There we go. Yeah, that's good. That dinner is here. Alrighty. Okay, we were talking about. I think the HD port is the better way to go. The only reason I'd say go back to the original is if you want to do a randomizer, because you get political modded. But I'm not going to talk too much about that. But I say if you want to play it, play the HD port. It's the best version of the game. Again, motion controls with aiming is good, and I greatly enjoyed that buff there. It helped a lot. But not much else to say about it. The dungeons in Twilight Princess were confusing. Especially late in the later ones. And I can understand some people getting frustrated with the Twilight Princess dungeons, or they were really trying to up the difficulty, I think, just on the base game itself. We were talking about Hyrule Warriors, actually. I'm stupid. We weren't talking about Twilight Princess. We were talking about Hyrule Warriors. I completely forgot what we were talking about. Don't mind me. Hyrule Warriors. Loved it. I love it as a side game. I play it on occasion now and then. Age of Calamity, I would put at A tier, by the way. It's not on this list. It's not on this tier list that I have here. But Age of Calamity, I would have an A tier because I like it a lot better. The original Hyrule Warriors, I'm going to go ahead and put Legends... I'm going to put Legends at D tier because just the 3DS port isn't that great, and I would not recommend it. Honestly, I put it at F tier. Because I have played that port. I don't think I own it anymore. No, I own it. Do I? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. But the Legends port, I wouldn't play. Definitive Edition, be with everything in it. Though I will say it is a daunting task to complete it. But I do like the Warriors games, and I would like to see more games do that. Like Kingdom Hearts, I would like to see a Warriors game. But with the Hyrule Warriors, with the original Hyrule Warriors and the Definitive Edition, it is so much fun to play. But it can get overwhelming. I'll say that. It can get overwhelming with so many characters and so many missions and whatnot. But it has some of my favorite remixes of Zelda music. It has some of the best versions of Zelda music out there, and be able to just chop down waves and waves of enemies as you go, just so much fun, and it has some pretty gosh darn good original characters, and VTuber Studios decided to be hey, we're gonna stop working the camera. Linkle, I like Linkle a lot. I love Linkle. He's a very funny character. I like Lana. I like Sia. For reasons. Sia's hot, honestly. They need more hot characters. The thing is, there was a Robosa, so yeah. But yeah, I do like Hyrule Warriors. I feel it was one of those things where it just Oh, Cadence of Hyrule isn't on this list either. I would put Cadence of Hyrule on S tier, honestly. I really like that one. But man, this list didn't have a lot of the games. Or I say a lot. It only just doesn't have 2 Zelda games on here. But yeah. Again, some of my favorite versions of the Zelda characters. I love Link in this one because they make him a cocky asshole. They make him such a cocky asshole in this because he's just like, he gets the Master Sword and he feels invincible and whatnot, and he's just like, he goes in head first and everything. Like, and also the most powerful version of Link, in my opinion, outside of Age of Calamity, which is also Breath of the Wild Link. So Breath of the Wild Link and Hyrule Warriors Link, just peak Link. Peak Link. But yeah. I have never 100% in Hyrule Warriors, and I don't think I ever will. It's too much of a daunting task. I couldn't do it. Couldn't ask me to do it. But I'm really glad Nintendo has gone back with Koei Tecmo, and they did a canon Hyrule Warriors game with Age of Calamity. I really love that they're doing that with, because they did with Fire Emblem as well. I could see them doing more, honestly. Whatnot. Yeah, also, favorite design of Ganondorf is, like, this one, is Hyrule Warriors Ganondorf. Like, holy is he just massive. It was like since the introduction of Demise, it was like, they decided to make Ganondorf like just this freaking like imposing villain I really like. And while this one, the original Hyrule Warriors is not canon to the series, Age of Calamity is, and I'm glad it's there. And for what Hyrule Warriors did, I want to see more of that. I want to see Nintendo do more of that, as well as like Cadence of Hyrule. I want them to source their IPs to other companies to make unique games like this. I'm just gushing so much about this game. Like, it is such a celebration. Like, it is just, oof. Like, it has one of my favorite themes. Hold up. But I'm gonna pull up. It has my favorite version of Saria's theme on it. Let me make sure an ad doesn't play. Yep, I love that theme a lot. I like that version of Saria song. That's Darunia's victory theme in the game, and it's just like, oh, I was half tempted to at my graduation to like have someone play that for me, and I'd do the dance. I do Darunia's dance from the game at my college graduation, but I didn't go through with it. But I almost did. I almost did. That would have been fun. But yeah. As a celebration, it's just the perfect celebration. You get to just mow down enemies with different weapons and different characters. My favorite characters... Oh, also, I haven't talked about one of my favorite characters. Impa. I love this version of Impa. That would have been glorious? Yeah, it would have been. That would have been. Yeah, I love this Impa. I love Lana in this game. She's very fun. I feel like Darunia has my favorite victory theme, but he is my least favorite character to play as because he is so freaking slow. He is just so slow, and I feel they fixed that with Daruk and Yunobo in Age of Calamity, where you're allowed to roll around as a Goron. But yeah, it's just like Bolga is very unique. I like him. Sia, whoo, top tier villain, for reasons that I won't get into. But yeah, just overall, Hyrule Warriors, boom, seal of approval. Deku seal of approval. I will play it. I might honestly play some of it later. Now that I'm talking about it. Alright, so up next, before we get into Skyward Sword, I actually want to talk about the DS games. The Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks, for me personally, S. Phantom Hourglass, A. I love both these games. I love both of these games for what they are. I own both of them. And it is some of the best Zelda ever, in my opinion. The Phantom Hourglass, I think Spirit Tracks does it a little bit better, in my opinion. Probably because they had time to kind of make that formula a little bit better with the train system and everything. But music-wise, they're both really freaking good. Boss-wise, holy crap, were they cool! Like being able to do both screens, like doing the dual screen aspect for the bosses was really fun. The dungeons are so good. Spirit Tracks lets you lets Zelda be at your side and everything. Even though it's just a ghost, being able to have Zelda with you the entire time was just such a cool thing. And I want the pan flute. I want a pan flute because of Spirit Tracks. I want to do it so I can play those songs. And it has like just it is by far, again, some of the best Zelda ever. Spirit Tracks is like just peak. Is just like just really good storytelling, really good gameplay. Like the DS had some of my favorite games of all time. Like we have Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. We had Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2, everything. I do not like Mario 64 DS. I do not like that one. But I do like Mario Party DS. I love Mario Party DS. I would play that any time of the day. I miss that game. I need to get it again. Sonic Rush. I love Sonic Rush. I own Sonic Chronicles. Dark Brotherhood. I don't know what I'll say about. I'm gushing about the DS now. But yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna actually put these somewhat order. Actually, I would put these other. But yeah, I feel like Spirit Tracks is just. I think where they get kind of is one of the few Zelda games where they get the Link and Zelda relationship down good. Like, it's very, very good. Wind Waker, you had them as kind of, they're like, oh, you're, like, hot nerd, kind of thing. Like, Tetra was kind of just, over time grew to like Link and everything, and they became good friends, and obviously they helped each other out. Phantom Hourglass didn't really get to see that because, Tetra gets captured. But Phantom Hourglass, you get to see Zelda be a character. It was one of the, like, that in Skyward Sword, you got to see Zelda be, like, an actual character and have, like, emotions and whatnot. And it actually has one of my favorite scenes from of Zelda. Hold up, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Also, can we just I didn't mention this earlier. Oh my god. Hold up. Let me pull up OBS again. Alright, I want to take a minute to gush over Toon Zelda. Cutest design. Favorite design of Zelda or I should say second to third favorite. Because Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword, and Toon and the Wind Waker, Spirit Child, whatever. Like, Toon Zelda, Breath of the Wild Zelda, and Skyward Sword Zelda are my favorite designed Zeldas of all time. They are all my favorite. And I love Spirit Tracks Zelda the most, in my opinion. Like, I love Spirit Tracks Zelda the most. Because she's so cute and everything, and you actually get to see her, like, get a little angry. Also, I just like that meme right there. Just like, yeah. Oh yeah, here's the scene. Here's the scene I like. She just goes off for a minute because she realized her body's gonna be used to host a demon. Like, I will wait for you here. That's what a princess always does. From what I understand, it's family tradition. She just goes insane for a second. I freaking love it. I freaking love this version of Zelda so much. But yeah, I put, I find it funny right now, S-Rank, Toon Link. Toon Link is like kind of top tier for me. It would not. And we're kind of dwindling it down a little bit here. What more could I say? It has like some really good villains. Well, I say Spirit. Phantom Hourglass's villain is a little me. Like the main villain. But I do like the bosses, and I do like the characters. I like the characters a lot. The puzzles are so good. The puzzles are so freaking good in the DS Zelda games. But Spirit Tracks villain, Maldus, and Chancellor Cole, like the twist villain. Like, I like them a lot. I like Brian, I think that's his name. Brian or something like that, but the secondary villain, antagonist of the game. I like him a lot too. The Locomos were so cool. You get to learn like different parts of a song through each of them, and just the train, just riding around on a train is like something I've always wanted to do. Like on a traditional train, not like a bullet train or something like that, but like a traditional stagecoach train or whatever it's called. I wanna ride around in one of those someday. But yeah, I just like, I love the train. I love customizing it. I like blowing the whistle. That's the only thing I always like to do in that game, is I blow the whistle like all the time. And I would, you know what? I need to find a way to do it, but I may play Spirit Tracks on stream. I definitely will play Spirit Tracks on stream soon, someday. Probably this year, honestly. I'll probably do it this year. Also, like, another thing I always loved about Spirit Tracks is wherever on the map you were, except I think like maybe like 1 or 2 locations, I think. But I think pretty much everywhere on the map you see the tower. You see the tower that's in the center of Hyrule. Right now, like, you see it all broken apart and floating, and then you get to like watch as each piece comes back together as you complete a dungeon and everything. I'm gushing too much about Spirit Tracks, but I love Spirit Tracks a lot. It is one of my favorite Zelda games, and I'm just like, oh. I'm talking a lot about this one game. If it goes to show like where like a lot of my love lies, is like I love the touch controls of the games. I like swiping my sword around, and I love using Zelda to kind of help me solve puzzles, and I like jumping on top of her and she holds me with her shield and everything, just like Okay, let's onward, Zelda. By far, one of my favorite versions in the entire series. But yeah, and also, it was like the second time I'd experienced a Zelda game that didn't have Ganondorf. Because I had Phantom Hourglass first, obviously, and I, fought against Beldum and everything. But in Spirit Tracks, I kind of had that same feeling that Ganondorf gave me, where it's just like, oh, you are a villain, like you actually have like, there's actual circumstance here or whatever. Also has my best let me pull up the theme, because Smash has my favorite one. Yeah, here he goes. Spirit Tracks is the best overworld theme ever. I like to blow my whistle in time with this song. I remember sitting in the car, like on road trips or whatever, and I just pull out my DS and play Spirit Tracks, like for like the long car rides, whenever I was like going to my dad's house or going camping or something. Like I'd always like that, and even on long road trips, like when in these recent years where I've done these long road trips on my own, I play Full Steam Ahead sometimes, especially when I'm getting closer to my destination. I play Full Steam Ahead, and it makes it feel like an epic adventure. I love Spirit Tracks a lot. But anyways, yes, Spirit Tracks, S tier Zelda game. The DS Zelda games are peak. Like I'm talking about like Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks are top Zelda for me personally. Like it is some of the top Zelda experiences. Alright, so next up on the agenda, we kind of skipped over it. Okay, we kind of skipped around here. So the next one I want to talk about is Skyward Sword. I want to talk about Skyward Sword. I'm going to go ahead and place it. There we go. Skyward Sword is by far, story-wise, would you say it's your ultimate favorite? Spirit Tracks? Spirit Tracks? It's close. It's close. Skyward Sword is story-wise, the best Zelda game. And gameplay-wise, it is pretty top. It is top tier, and people slept on it way too much because of the motion controls. Which I think the motion controls were fine. I had no issues doing motion controls, both on the Wii and on the Switch. By the way, I played it again with motion controls on the Switch, and I had just the same experience, and it was, if not better, because the Switch just looks better. The Switch version looks better. I don't have the HD separated on this tier list, but it would go in the same exact spot. So I consider Skyward Sword and Skyward Sword HD the same. Just HD is better because it has options for people to play, how they want to play it and everything. But Skyward Sword is like one of the best stories in the entire game. The best companion in Fi, the best relationship between Link and Zelda. Like, Demise is a pretty freaking awesome villain. Girahim is annoying and gross. In prison is absolute shit. But everything else just The only things I complain about is the imprisoned fight happens way too much. It happens way too much, and it's the same fight over and over. It's very linear. I will say that Skyward Sword is very, very, very linear in its gameplay, and that is a bit of a detriment, I will say. And the fact that, you know, each part of the surface is disconnected from each other, like, I also didn't like that, and I really liked that Breath of the Wild brought back the connectivity of Hyrule and everything. But Skyward Sword is one of the best Zelda games, and if you have not played it, play it, please. Play the HD version. I recommend the HD version. Do not play the Wii one. Play the HD version, because that one is better. It is better, because it cuts out a lot of, like, the annoying aspects of Skyward Sword that even I found annoying. But yeah, it's just like, play Skyward Sword. You will love it so much. If you love the Zelda series and you haven't played Skyward Sword, play it, please. I urge you to play it. It is one of the best stories. It is one of the best versions of, like, a lot of classic characters, and it is one of the Zelda games that really pulls at my heart and makes me cry at the end. It is a very, very good experience. It's a very good story. I can't say enough about it. It is so good. Some of the best music in the series. Like, again, the style of it is really freaking good. And it's just, I can't get enough of it. I will play that game again in hero mode soon. I will play it again. I still need to 100% the original save, because I got, like, one last item to get it was an optional thing that I didn't do. But I will be playing this. I will be playing Skyward Sword again for, like, a third time. Also, what is playing right now? Jesus Christ. Hyrule Field theme, jeez. We already listened to this song. Yeah. But anyways, but yeah, I can't urge people enough to play Skyward Sword. It is a good game. It is such a good game. It's such a good game. Alright, up next, 3DS titles. Original 3DS titles. Link Between Worlds. I will put at... I'll put at B. Roughly around here. I like A Link Between Worlds. I like it because it was like, it was their first real time of being like, okay, you don't have to do this in a linear fashion. Like, after Skyward Sword, because I believe it came out after, yeah. Yeah, after Skyward Sword's linearity, like, A Link Between Worlds was a nice breath of fresh air to be like, okay, yeah, you don't have to do all the dungeons in order. You can go at it as you want, because, you know, they introduced renting items. All the key items were just available from the beginning. You just had to have enough rupees. And while it is just kind of, it's more or less the same story as Link to the Past, they do at least something unique, where it's just like, oh, it's another version of Hyrule, right? It's like the first time delving into an alternate dimension type deal. And I enjoy the style of it and everything. It's not my favorite, by far. It's not my favorite, but I do enjoy it. I like Ravio. I like him as a character. I like his bunny outfit. I think it's adorable. It's absolutely cute. Yuga is weird. Not my favorite villain, honestly. Yuga was kind of for me. He just wasn't. He didn't feel as menacing, and Hilda being like kind of like a twist thing going on, just didn't really feel it. But I did have fun. Again, I'll say this with every Zelda game. I have fun with them, but I just, it's okay, in my book. You may like it more than me. That's fine. It's not. I'm not here to be like, oh, this is like a bad Zelda game. You shouldn't like it or anything. But yeah, overall, I think A Link Between Worlds is okay. It's not my favorite Zelda game of all time. And I wish they did a little bit more, did something a little different than just kind of rehashing A Link to the Past. With, like, just a different second world. Because it's more or less just the Dark World all over again. And I think that's why I don't remember it as, that's why I don't think of it as fondly as, because it's just like, it is just Link to the Past, just a little bit easier, in my opinion. It does have its own things, and it does do things different, like the whole going into the wall or whatever, and having a whole, like, having like a 3D aspect to it, right, by going into the wall and whatnot. I like that. That was unique, and I enjoy when the Zelda series gets unique like that. I like it a lot. I just, I wish they would have done something more. I don't know. That's how I feel about Link Between Worlds, which I think I own 2 copies of for some reason. Or I have, like, 2 copies. Like, I don't remember. I think, no, I may just have 1 now. I have 1 for my brother, and I have 1 for myself. Anyways, that being said, going on to the next one. Triforce Heroes. I would put at C. I enjoyed the crap out of this game. I loved it a lot. It was not... hold up, we already listened to that song. I don't like the Yuka battle theme. But yeah. Alright, so Triforce Heroes, I enjoyed the crap out of the game, right? I like it a lot, and I do plan on playing it again this year with some friends. I don't know who just yet. Sonic said he might want. Don't like quote me on that or anything. But Triforce Heroes, as a Zelda game goes, it's the same feeling I have for Four Swords, where it's just like, it's linear based. There's not much adventure going on in this game, but it's better in the sense that that it's just easier to play. It's online and everything. It's overall a better experience than what the original Four Swords was. You know, you all have to really work together, and the battle mode in it is so much fun. I remember there's some old art that Zenny did from when we were playing with another friend of ours, that was funny. But I remember it fondly. I just put it at C because it's just like, it's only fun if you have other people to play with. It is not really good as a single-player experience, in my opinion. It's not a good single-player experience. But with friends, it is just phenomenal. You'll have a lot of fun, and I recommend it if you have 2 friends to play with. But overall, that's all I really have to say about that one. Not too much out on that one. The story is weird. Characters are weird, but even though you don't get a whole lot of that. But anyways, on to the last game on the list. Breath of the Wild. I don't have, I don't think much needs to be explained, but I will explain. Breath of the Wild is honestly the best Zelda game, in my opinion. It takes what the entire series has done and both flips it on its head and perfects it, in my opinion. There are I say perfect, I do have my complaints. The story could have been done a little bit better. You agree? That's good. But the story could have been done a little bit better, in my opinion. I don't really like how it did it with flashbacks a whole lot. I get why, because they were trying to like be like, oh, you can do whatever you want, and you don't have to do this in order. You could just be. They tried to do it in a free experience, which I do think there are games that do it well. That are essentially open world and don't have a lot of story, or like they do story a little bit differently. Like Shadow of the Colossus, I really enjoy. It's a fun open world game, but there's not a whole lot of story going on outside of, oh, you just have to kill the Colossi and you have to figure out the story for yourself, for the most part. Or, I'm trying to think of another one. I can't think of another one at the moment. But I hope Tears of the Kingdom does the story better. I hope it's not like flashback stuff again. Or at least not a whole lot, because I can understand like them doing a little bit with some of the stuff that they're implying with this game. But yeah, sorry. But yeah, I love Breath of the Wild, and getting to replay it recently. I've played the game 4 times, all the way through. I played, on the Wii U, I played a full playthrough. The Switch, I did a full Master Mode playthrough. I did a modded playthrough, and finished it. And then I just, recently finished my 4th playthrough of the game, right before Tears of the Kingdom. And I enjoy it over and over. And it is one of the best Zelda games to replay, because each time you could just do things differently. There's so many different things you can do. And there are people still figuring out how to do stuff in the game to this day. Like, I've been addicted to videos recently of people being like, yeah, you never noticed this detail and this small little detail or whatever. It's like crammed full of just references and details and just weird game logic and real world logic in there. And it's just like, it is just a very good crafted game. It is, and I hate it when people say, this isn't a Zelda game or anything. It's a good game, but it's not a good Zelda game. It's like, it is a Zelda game. It is literally what Zelda has always tried to be. A full-blown adventure. Like, you're just plopped into a world, not given too much direction. You get a little bit of direction in this game, which I feel like if Zelda 1 were to be remade, it should be done in the style of like how Breath of the Wild does it, where it gives you a little bit more direction, but it kind of lets you freely explore, right? I feel like that, like that's, I think Breath of the Wild perfected that, where it's just like, yeah, you can go here, but you can go at your own pace. Go at your own pace. Do it as you see fit, and God, Tears of the Kingdom is just going to be that to an even higher degree. Where it's just like, oh yeah, you're just gonna be able to do whatever you want now. Like, But, yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's my tier list. That's my tier list. We're 2 hours in. Holy crap. I've just been talking about Zelda for like 2 hours. So yeah, what do y'all think of this tier list? Does it make you angry? Does it do you agree with it? Do you just like eh? You agree with it? And Breath of the Wild being number 1 is perfect? Yeah. Uh. Yeah, but holy crap, like, I went on 2 hours about this. I didn't think I'd be able to go that long, but yeah. Yeah, this is overall how I feel about the series. I feel like that... I'm gonna go over it one more time. So we got... I'm gonna actually now put these in order in each tier. So it's Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, and Spirit Tracks. That's pretty much right. Twilight Princess HD... Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, 3D, Phantom Hourglass, Ocarina of Time, and Master Quest, and Link's Awakening. I feel that's about right. This one, I would actually put Finish Cap over Link Between Worlds. Actually, I'd put Link Between Worlds at the bottom of this one. It's enjoyable, but eh. Hyrule Warriors, I'd actually put above. Link's crossbow training, honestly. Do about that. Okay, this one. That's about right for there, in my opinion. That's about right, and yeah. And then again, shouldn't exist. So yeah. Yeah, that's how I rank it right there. That's my ranking. A lot of A and B. A lot of A and B, because it's like hard to decide. And it's pretty much like, it's like A and B is mostly just the original up against the remake. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna save and download that. Alright. That one's downloaded. Now for the second tier list. We're doing characters. We're doing all of the major characters from side games and mainline games. And how I feel about them. This is gonna be another long one, I think. And this actually includes, like, you know, side characters, companions, villains, and everything. Which, I don't know. Actually, should I just do... Nah, I'll do all the characters. I'll do all the characters. Skyward Sword Zelda, S rank. I don't need to really explain that one too much. One of my favorite versions of Zelda. Skyward Sword Zelda is honestly, just character-wise, one of the best characters. She's very sassy. I like that. She's very sassy, very like, I will do as I want, for the most part. I like it when she tells Groose off and Groose just goes, let's see. Navi. Put Navi around B tier, with Tattle kind of being a little bit better. Okay, I put there as well. I don't know if I'll explain the characters too much. But the fairies, Navi, just, I don't know. Navi's okay. I feel like the whole annoying aspect is a little bit overdone, but I can get, like, okay, Navi is a bit grating at times. Tattle, on the other hand, I like Tattle a lot more. Again, I like a lot of sassy characters, and she's sassy. And whatnot. And the story between her and Tail are pretty good. And whatnot. I greatly enjoy the companion there. Let's see. Who else we got? Link. There's no... Like, sorry. Like, that's the only version of Link on here, so I'm assuming they're just compiling all the links into one character. So yeah, Link, obviously, S tier. Zelda, S tier. There's no... Fuck that owl. Just absolutely frick that owl. I hate him. I absolutely hate him. Agatha? A. A for Agatha. I like Agatha. I'm not doing these in any order. I'm just kind of going. Linkle? I like Linkle a lot. I think her character is very fun in Hyrule Warriors. And I kind of hope they bring her into the main line. Like, maybe not as a playable character, but I'm surprised she wasn't in Age of Calamity, honestly. I'm surprised they didn't do a Breath of the Wild version of Linkle. Let's see. Let's see, who else we got? This dude, I don't like him either. He's got Grandma here. She's an A rank. We gotta give Grandma that respect. You know, she's always been there for you. Grandmas are always there for you. Ganondorf, top tier villain in gaming in general. Fido, actually, yeah, you can eat it. Eat a bag of Deku nuts. King of the Red Lion. Is King of the Red Lion separate from the King of Hyrule? No, I don't see the King of Hyrule. Tingle. Frick Tingle. The Giants are their own character. I'm gonna put them in C because, like, you don't really get to interact with them too much, but they at least come to help you. Ravio, I like Ravio a lot. I'll put him in B tier though, but I do like Ravio a lot. Dark Link, I like Shadow Link a lot. As a character, there's not much there, but as just an antagonist character, pretty freaking cool. I like him. I like how they use the Smash Ultimate Render though. Eslo, another B tier. Beetle, I'm in D. I don't really like Beetle all that much. Especially Skyward Sword Beetle. That one can eat it. Yuga, I don't really like Yuga. Malin, I like Malin. I love Malin a lot. Saria, S rank. I like Saria a lot. As a friend, she's really cool. I like Saria. I like her song a lot too. That might influence a lot. Might be another reason that influenced me a lot, but I won't get into that one. Epona, best companion. Like you can't get any better than a horse. Like, as far as like animal companions go. Impa, I like how they do this version of Impa. There's a couple of versions of Impa I don't like. Like Skyward Sword Impa, there's a clip actually of me when I was last playing Skyward Sword. I talked about how I don't like the Skyward Sword Impa, or at least the young Impa. I like the old Impa, but I do not like the young Impa in Skyward Sword because she's just too bitchy, in my opinion. It's just like, no, you cannot go. You have to do your job and do your duty and whatnot. And I'm just like, I'm not here for it. But this version of Impa, I like her. I'll put her in A rank. I'll put her above. Actually, I'll put her above Agatha. Alright, Ruto, I'll put her in C. I don't like Princess Ruto all that much. Kind of annoying. Darunia, another B tier character in my opinion. I like him. Skull Kid. Skull Kid, I like as a villain. He's just a kid who, like, got, you know, who I just realized you couldn't see half the list. But yes, Skull Kid was just misunderstood. He was manipulated by the Majora's Mask, and, you know, because he, you know, his friends, the Giants, left him while he had Tattle and Tail. They were just like, I don't know, but I like Skull Kid as a character. I think he's just a flawed character. Majora's Mask as a villain. Better than Beetle. The only reason Beetle's not an F tier is because he gives you good items. The only reason he's up on D tier. Majora's Mask is a okay villain. If you 100% the game, the fight is just a cakewalk. Errol's sister. I'll put Errol in B. B is pretty good. Car. I like Makar a lot. I like when he sees his image. I like her a lot too. I forgot her name. Medley. That's her name. I like Medley a lot. She's very cute, but not. It's the old man from Link to the Past. I don't even know who this is. I'm gonna put him in F tier because I just don't know who that is. Midna, S tier. Fi, S tier. Above most of these characters. Midna kind of goes up here. Sorry, it kind of goes here. I'm not doing too much explaining on this one. This one is just kind of me because there's a lot of characters to go through. Cass, freaking A tier. Like, okay, Volga. I do like the design. I think they're a B tier character. Wizrobe, freaking F tier character. Villain. I just don't care too much. Ilya, I'm okay with. I'll put them above Adel. Ilya's just, I don't know, I never really liked Ilya all that much. Not my favorite romantic interest for Link, honestly. The Great Deku Tree. Pretty freaking cool. Look, put him right there. Great Deku Tree's pretty cool. He's a good dad figure, and I like the one in Breath of the Wild. He's pretty cool. Sidon, pretty top tier. Wouldn't say S rank necessarily, but definitely top tier. Mifa, right next to her brother, like pretty freaking good. Paya, I like Paya a lot. Just cute design all over, and I like her character. She's very of the Zant, like freaking bottom of the barrel. I'm kind of... Oh, Lineback. Lineback I like a lot, actually. I like Lineback a lot. I'm gonna put him right around here. I like Lineback a lot. I like his attitude. Bruce, I'm okay with. B tier, honestly. I know a lot of people for the meme would put him at S tier. I like Bruce, but he's just a character. Look at these clown dudes. I don't really like them. I don't like their designs. They're very creepy. I don't like clowns in general. Not my thing. King Zora, it doesn't do too much. Dompe, doesn't do too much either, but he's not as bad as these other guys. Naburu. There we go. A lot of A rank characters, by the way. A lot of A ranks. Chancellor Cole, like I said, pretty good villain, honestly. Not my favorite villain overall, but pretty good villain. Put him around there. I like him too, he goes right there with him. Twin Rova, I can take him or leave him, kind of thing. King of the Red Lions, I like the King of the Red Lions. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Farouk, I like a lot. I'm gonna put Skull Kid down here. Don't really like you. Don't really like you either. You're cute, you go up a little higher. Lana, I really like. Thea, I really like. Hilda. I don't really like Hilda all that much, honestly, but she's a little bit better than the other characters. Actually, you go at the fucking bottom. You go right next to him. Like, the only one worse than you is Zant, actually. You're just here because I don't know who the frick you are. I don't know who this is. Ingo. Ingo is pretty... kind of right there with Dompe, honestly, in my eyes. Just, eh. You, sir, are an asshole. I'm gonna put you here. I'm gonna put you right around here with Tingle. I like this guy. This guy, this one, he's pretty cool. I'm gonna put him at the low end of B tier. I like him as a villain. He's just like, at the end of it, he's like, oh, I give up. I see that you are actually the hero. Also, I just noticed that my my A rank has gone off the screen on stream here. I am Error. I mean, there's not much going on here. There's not much going on here, but just for the respect for the meme, I'll put him above Beetle at least. Interesting, at least. Raru, honestly, kind of a C tier. He doesn't do too much. My Happy Mask Salesman, I like him a lot. As a character, I do like him quite a bit. Put him above Skull Kid. Bruce is a little bit better. But I do like the Happy Mask Salesman, he's pretty cool. The Great Fairy made me uncomfortable all the time. Like, just, eh. Put him next to the fairies there. Made me uncomfortable, but they're not that bad of a character. The toilet hand. Eh. This one, S tier. Like, S tier. The spirit of the slain here, the spirit of the hero, whatever. I like him a lot. This Goron specifically, honestly, just eh. Not much to say about him. He's just kind of there most of the time. I don't really have too much to say. Girahim as a villain, he's okay. Grosses me out a lot. I'm gonna put him right around here. Demise, I really like Demise. He's at the low end of S rank. Darmani, I put him right around with Daruk. Yeah, I like Daruk a little bit more. Makai, the Zora guitarist. I do like him a lot. I don't know how much. I'll put him right above Ilya, honestly. Actually, no. I like Makai more. I'm gonna switch these two, actually. I like him more. I like the mask, too. Is it playing this again? There we go. Luca, I do not really like you all that much. You are at least a little helpful, though, so I'm gonna put you in... I'm gonna put you there. You're at D tier, only because you were a little bit helpful. You were a little bit helpful in my last playthrough. Okay, I'm gonna say this is Anju and Cafe. Given this is one of my favorite side quests in the entirety of the Zelda series, you get to be put up here. You get to be put up there. Marin, I'd put it A rank, honestly. Yeah. I don't really like you all that much. You kind of go in the higher C tier there. Vati as a villain in Minish Cap, I like. In the rest of the series, in the other games he's in, not too much. I'm gonna put you in the low B tier, honestly. Urbosa. Do I even have to say it? Rivali, don't really like you all that much. Haya, I like you. You're cute. I'm gonna put you in B tier. High B tier. You're above Bruce. Not too much going on there, but you know, good enough. I don't even remember you. You're going in F tier. Alfonso, I like him a lot. I'm gonna put him in A. He's pretty good. There's a lot of A's. I like this guy. Gapora, I think? Yeah, Zelda's father in Skyward Sword. I like him a lot, actually. He also goes into A rank. He goes above Grandma, honestly. Riju, I also like. I like Riju a lot. Yunobo, Yunobo kinda in the same boat as Rivali. Don't really like him too much, but he's kinda cool. He's okay. Not the best. Aghanim, the villain, one of the villains from the past. Oh, D tier at best. Oh, Bird Girl, thank you for the bid. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're currently just tier listing characters at the moment. I'm not going too in depth on the characters. I'm just kind of being like, oh, I like this character. I like these characters. I like Teba a lot, actually. I'm a Teba in A tier. I do like him more. The Postman / Running Man. Not much going on, honestly. He's better than these guys. I'll put him in high F tier. What tier list is next? I think I said I'd do a music tier list. I'll be posting all the tier lists. So we did the games, just overall in general, the games tier list we just did. We're doing a character tier list, and I'm going to try to do a music tier list, because I like just Zelda music, and I like to know, like, where, I like to, you know, rank it on music. Okay, the old man. Freaking love this dude. He's awesome. I'm gonna put him right next to Grandma as well. Like, yeah, they're pretty cool. This dude, I don't remember your name, but I do remember liking you. You are a high beat. Actually, oh, hello, Paya. I don't really care for you, but you are above these guys. Honestly, I'm surprised Uku is this high of a D tier. Nico, this little bastard. I like Nico, actually. I like Nico. He's going with Alfonso, I like that. There you go. That's my tier list for... that's my tier list for this one. Just... There you go. Not much explanation given, just how I feel about all the characters in the series. So we're gonna save and download. Alright, so we're gonna go back to this one. We're gonna reset. Alright, we're gonna... let me rename these. So, let me just do S, A, B, C, D, F. I don't really think I'll need these other two. Heat row. Okay. Alright, this is just on music alone. This is music alone. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna say, already, just, I know, where is it? Where is Spirit Tracks, S rank, Skyward Sword, S rank. Majora's Mask, S rank. I like that one a lot. Breath of the Wild, B. Right? So, okay, so I should go ahead and explain some of this. Alright, so the music in Breath of the Wild is a bit, it leaves much to be desired, in my opinion. I do like what it does with the music that it has. With the music that it has, it is very good. It works very well. But there's not a whole lot there. It relies more on the atmosphere than the music to kind of get you in the feel of adventure, which again is fine. But for the Zelda series, I like having music. The Hyrule Warriors games, honestly, kind of go on their own tier, honestly, now that I think about it. Ocarina of Time, A. I like it. I do, but I do like the music in Majora's Mask more than Ocarina of Time, so do that. A Link Between Worlds, I'll put it B. Along with A Link to the Past, because it's kind of the same. Just have the same feeling about them. I don't really know. I'd have to listen to Four Swords music, honestly. I know I don't really like the original Four Swords. Where's that at? I don't really like the Four Swords music all that much. Twilight Princess, I'm gonna just do one game because it's all the same. Twilight Princess is another S rank. Link's Crossbow Training, I'm gonna put at a C, solid C, because again, it's a side game and whatnot. Zelda 1, pretty good. Zelda 2, I'm gonna put around here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this at D, because I don't think I'll need an F rank. Phantom Hourglass is solid B, honestly, it's average. Wind Waker, I'm gonna put the HD on there, because it sounds better. Yeah. That sounds about right there. Trying to think of other games. Link's Awakening. Okay. Link's Awakening, remake is, like, very good. Whereas, I don't really like it in the original, so we're gonna do that. That one, honestly, will be C. I'll just do Definitive Edition. Another S rank, like it, but that's cheating a little bit. I like the music in Minish Cap. Triforce Heroes. This is a solid. Yeah, I'll put it at a high C. Oracle games kind of go with the Link's Awakening. I mean. Yeah, that sounds about right. That seems about right, honestly. That one's kind of easy, how I feel about all the music and whatnot. I kind of speedrun that one. Do y'all want to see another tier list? Like, anything, like, do you want me to do different Links or different Zeldas or something like that? Or just, like, if there's another Zelda tier list you can think of that you want me to do real quick, I'd be down for another one. I'm gonna go ahead and save this one. But yeah, I might go on. If there's no more other tier lists to do, I might go in and play a game or something. Because I can't think of another one I want to do other than companions, probably. I wonder if there is one for that. I'm gonna look that up. Oh, well, there's not that many, actually, now that I think about it. Oh. Yeah, oh wow, we've been on for almost 3 hours actually. I think honestly that's a good like stream honestly. I don't know. I'll probably have to post I'll definitely post my results on Twitter. Let me see. But let's see. What? I think honestly, I think that's a good stream. Honestly, 3 hours isn't too bad. That's what I was expecting to do. So yeah. I don't know. I don't even know how I wanted to end this. Honestly, I just wanted to talk about Zelda for a couple hours. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and we can go ahead and raid someone. I guess we can go raid Matthew. I guess. This is honestly a pretty quick stream. I didn't expect to go too long today because I gotta get some stuff done, but I'm glad everyone enjoyed me just gushing about the Zelda series for a minute. So yeah. Sorry about that. Oh. But yeah, let me get the raid set up here. Oh, Matthew. Alright. So yeah, thank you for coming out. I'll post these on Twitter here in a bit after stream ends. But yeah, thank you for coming out and just listening to me talk about Zelda for like 3 hours. I could honestly go on a little bit longer probably, but I gotta get some stuff done, and yeah. So yeah, I hope y'all have a good rest of your night. Go give Matthew and all. I think they're all playing Sonic Racing. So yeah. Y'all have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow to finish off Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, and we will also be doing a lead-up countdown. We'll be doing a countdown to Tears of the Kingdom next week. So yeah, I hope y'all have a good night, and I will see you all then. Bye-bye!